works its way to Maris! Deflected over the bar. I'm absolutely sure that came off Achraf Hakimi, and that saved a goal.
Hello there everyone, it is Mitso here and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we will discuss some tips to improve your defensive awareness and positioning. So most of the great tackles that you see actually come from good awareness and positioning from the defenders. The last step is going in for a tackle. Let's view some in-game examples to understand the importance of this. I want you to look at Marquinhos here. Notice how two players are marking Sterling and that Marquinhos is very far from the situation. So still, Raheem Sterling is trying to create anything out of that 2v1 situation, and Ander Herrera is there as a backup for the two players. So all of a sudden, Sterling dribbles past the two players. Notice who steps up and performs this tackle. Good defensive awareness is behind this. Out of all the players who were closer to Sterling, even after dribbling past the players, Marquinhos was the fastest to intercept the ball. Here is a very similar example. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Henderson were marking the opposition while Konate was behind. You should always be aware of what's happening and be ready for any surprises. Notice the quick reaction from Konate to intercept the ball, although it was a 2v1 situation, meaning it was very unlikely for the opposition to dribble through. You need to take the advantage whenever one of your teammates is pressing the opposition. As they try to dribble past your teammate, they will not always have the best ball control after performing the dribble, so you should always step up during these situations to intercept the ball directly after they complete the dribble. Even if your teammate is pressing from behind, this will cause the opposition to have less control. Keep an eye for your marker, and depending on the situation you should decide if it is better to go in for a tackle or not. To know how to do this correctly, let's have a look at this training drill that will help you get experienced at this. So here we have a graphical representation of this interesting training drill from the Econo Coaches Academy. The idea behind it is that you need to pass the ball from the joker on the left hand side to the last one on the right. There are 3 zones as you can see and 3 jokers as well. You can see the spacing needed to play this drill on the screen. You will need 4 players on one team and 4 plus 3 jokers on another team. If the attacking team passes the ball to the joker 2 times, they will not be able to pass it to him again. The role of the defenders is to move cleverly to block the forward passing options, as the maximum passes in the first zone is 6 passes only. The last defender will need to decide mid-game whether they want to mark the joker in the middle zone or mark their man. So this will allow the players to take quick decisions and work on identifying the risks of pressing. So thanks to the Econo Coaches Academy for making this possible. Make sure to sign up using the code MitsoJR to enjoy 15 days for free, in which you will receive a lot of training drills like these. You will also receive much more content and a lot of discounts moving forward. Remember that you can cancel your subscription anytime during the free period. You can find the link in the description. So here you can see how Chelsea's players are trying to cover the passing lanes before the pass is played. This pre-movement is very important as it allows you to intercept way more balls in the passing lanes instead of going in for the tackles with the opposition. Trent Alexander-Arnold played a mispass here. Notice how he started moving directly towards covering the possible passing options beside him. By being aware of your surroundings, even when you own the possession, this will help you do stuff like this once you lose the ball. And again we are back to the importance of the shoulder checks and the quick scans. Notice how Ander Herrera kept checking his shoulder to cover the forward run between the fullback and the center back. This is really important when playing in the midfield, as the opposition will concentrate on runs like these. Here's another example. Notice the last second scan from Azpilicueta as he was covering this forward run at the far post. The positional awareness is really important in situations like these as well. Notice this quick step from Achraf Hakimi to cover up the goal as Keylor Navas was on the other side. You should always be able to read the situation and identify the weak areas on your side. Notice the movement from Frenkie de Jong before the opposition played the pass. Here again, Rodri stops directly after Henderson takes the decision to pass the ball. Notice this run while the opposition was still receiving the ball, as this was the only forward passing option that was not covered by Chelsea. As you can see, you should not always wait for the opposition to take a decision during the build-up. Cutting the passing lanes of the possible options may work sometimes. Notice how Kyle Walker decided to cut the passing lane instead of just covering his man. He was expecting this pass ahead, so he was able to time this interception. Let's now have a look at some animations to understand how to be more aware when playing at the back line. Basically, you need to concentrate on covering the spaces behind anyone who is pushed outside of the back line. The quicker you do it, the less goals you concede. You will find this happening a lot on the sides, as it is way easier to pull the fullback out of position. So you need to move the other 3 players as a unit to cover the side where the fullback is pulled out. As a coach, you need to make sure your midfielders are there to cover up those areas in order to keep your backline compact. And as a player, you need to keep scanning and checking your shoulders to be able to move as one unit with the other defenders, in order to avoid keeping any attackers on side while moving out. To improve the timing of your tackles, you need to make sure your eye is only on the ball. Do not confuse yourself with whatever the opposition is doing, even with any step overs. Just keep your eye on the ball. Try to get closer to the opposition, and once you are close enough, go for the tackle. Notice how Verratti was not very close in this example. Now you need to be able to recover from a bad tackle. Do not throw yourself on the opposition. You can see how Verratti avoided giving up the foul after knowing that he won't be able to reach the ball. You can also take the advantage whenever your teammates are marking the opposition. Those tackles are way easier to win, as the oppositions are usually distracted, so they won't be able to dribble past you or play for a foul. Also, just like what we explained earlier, whenever the opposition dribbles past your teammate, you can go for a tackle. Covering the midfield options for any long balls can also result in many easy interceptions and counter-attacking opportunities. So that was it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the analysis. The second part of this video will be uploaded very soon, so if it is already uploaded, you can click on the screen to watch it. Until then, you can know about 4 defensive mistakes to avoid by clicking on the screen. Do not also forget to sign up for the Econo Coaches Academy using the code MitsoJR from the link in the description. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.